couple more things and then we'll move on with our topic. So 5D one is oneness consciousness. There's also other words that are used with it. What it is a functional adult, as I was saying in the intro. And FYI, I'm a Reiki practitioner, also a person who has been getting somatic informed educational certificates, trauma informed educational certificates, and I definitely love having that as somebody who's a mentor and a podcast host that supports people who are on their personal development journey. So Ascension for the 5D community is all about an individual having the ability to become a restored embodied self person. So they do understand that trauma is part of our journey, and it's not in a way of being sad or not sad about it. It's a way of understanding what is that duality. Because 5D is oneness consciousness, there's an understanding that we will get to choose always how to navigate. So this ability to harmonize your own feminine and masculine energies, which FYI, the body is what I have seen as that feminine, because you tune in, if you're a restored embodied self, you tune in here and your physical sensations and everything that's working inside of you. In fact, that's the area that I come from. So anything that's happened in my body, I always have felt it, and my masculine, my mind has always said, okay, so what's going on? And through the ability to think analogically versus in what is instead of digital. So here's where the masculine does this digital way, and I'm using my own way of describing this, because what's digital is that left brain thinking, 1 and 0, so right or wrong. That's rigid thinking. Rigid thinking is not an integrated brain. So I'm learning, FYI, Mindsight, Dan Siegel, lovely. I get to understand how the brain works, mind. And so this is where our topics on the long podcast episodes discuss all these different pieces of information. Plus, as a Reiki practitioner, I actually build a relationship with this energy field. And again, consciousness is energy. So physics is why it's very important. This isn't negative or positive. 5D person knows that. They will be inclined immediately to know that, the feminine for sure, because we don't disconnect from this field. It's not an entity, it's a field. So the people who come out of the other aspect that they need first, the rigidity to have a direction, that's where it's for, the ones who go through ego, death, dark night of soul, and we talk about that too. There is no preference. Obviously, I would prefer that people don't suffer. And so the 5D feminine is always trying to support people to see the unconditional love that can come from becoming a functional adult, compassionate,